I'll just keep it private. Whoever
How's
wants to
that?
jump in. I said I went live, so we'll see if anybody jumps in. I said if
Oh, yeah.
not, I'll just keep it private. And we just shoot the shit.
There you go. I'm good either way.
Like I said, I really don't.
So our topic's not oil changes for damn sure.
No, it talks trucks, semis, tools, refrigerators,
Yeah.
video, gas.
Man, I feel like it was the first warm day of the year we got out here. And you know, when that happens, everything wants to shit the bed. It's like all those machines that have been running day after day after day are going to start complaining. I don't know what it is about electric motors, but we got all these three-phase electric motors around the plant, and they all seem to want to die around the same time. Last week it was a big old pump. Today it was a condenser fan motor. It's always on a Friday, you know, when whatever parts house that has it is going to be closed the next day.
What is up, Tarek? Your brown-eyed girlfriend's always been on for a shitty day.
Oh.
What's up, Adam?
Adam, what's happening?
If you want a link, Adam, let me know.
Right, Sergio said he was going to bed.
Yeah, I can't talk anymore about oil changes. That'd be cool, Adam. We got Raging on now, too.
What's up, everybody?
What's happening?
Trying to make a little bit of money.
I was thinking
What's the
about
longest
you earlier.
What's the longest you ever gone Raging on your truck without doing oil change?
Just over 50,000 miles.
I say my buddy Lindsay started his business with one truck. Now I think he's up to 3 or 4. You know, he's got some hired drivers for him. And he basically told me he never lets it go. He tries to get it done at 50 grand or 50K.
See, Kenworth is supposed to have been improving their systems to where they don't have to get it changed, but after every 75,000 miles, maybe 100,000 miles.
Wow.
You gotta remember, you guys are fucking just on the road cruising.
Uh huh.
You're on the road cruising.
Well, that may hold how many gallons of oil?
Uh huh.
Well, the truck that Raging drives, he's actually got a Volvo that actually has a Volvo diesel motor in it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people argue that no, Volvo don't make a diesel motor. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. They make diesel marine motors. They make diesel truck motors. Yes, a lot of other Volvos or older Volvos had Cummins motors in them. But
Oh,
Compact car.
yeah, the model truck he has a Volvo motor in it. It's a fucking actually, it's a hell of a good motor.
Oh, I bet.
That motor could probably easily go 50 to 80 grand between oil changes. I mean, they got the science down so good on those motors. There's not a whole lot of blow by. Like I said, plus truckers are. I mean, the majority of the miles they're putting on the truck, they're just running down highway.
Right.
I mean, those.
Well, diesel.
What would you say, Raging? That motor is good for probably what 2 million miles, properly
Probably.
cared for. Two and a half, maybe.
Probably cared for maybe 2.5.
Yeah, uncared for 1.5 million.
If that.
You got to figure with a diesel, the percentage of what's in that cylinder when it goes off is somewhere in the high 90s. It's air. Where you got a gasoline engine, you got, what are the EGR? So you got spent air and whatever trash and byproducts are in the gasoline. You probably got a much higher percentage of other shit in there to burn to dirty up the oil. I think Dave's really onto something there.
Well, the compression ratios are so high, everything's so tight. It's not. It's small. It's a much smaller amount of leak down into the combustion chamber, or cylinder, or engine block, whatever you want to call it, than on a gas motor.
Lack of combustion chamber. I mean, that head's usually damn near flat. I mean, they don't even make the pre-cut motors anymore.
Right. I would love to have a specially made Caterpillar put in this thing.
They don't even make on-the-road engines anymore.
Yeah, they do. You got a special order them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you got a special order those motors.
You still get
they make them.
16 or a...
You can get as big as you want. But yeah, they're making Caterpillar. They're making Cat motors again. They're coming back out.
What was that? We had two of them. We had one that was old, and they called it like a 3126 or something.
3106.
Yeah, and then the other one was a C7. I want to say it was a C7. Wasn't very big.
My doctor told me he couldn't make it any bigger than 12 inches. I told him that was fine. That's more than enough.
Yeah.
That's good for both of them.
Innie or Audi? Oh man, we got some activity right here.
Well, yeah, you live in California.
We're on the 110. We got fire truck after fire truck. No bodies.
No bodies?
No bodies.
Back up and go shoot somebody.
Yeah, there you go.
What is it to do? It's California. Come on, Frosty. It's California. Back up. So what the fuck you guys making all this mess in the road for? All these lights. Ain't nobody on the ground. Go shoot somebody. There. Now you got something to do. I'm going home.
Just throw a road flare out the window. You'll be all right. Make sure there's no prints on that road flare, though.
Oh, your comment.
I wish you could still get firecrackers. So many situations, you just throw a pack of firecrackers out, you can liven things up.
Your comment was interesting, though, Frosty. I didn't try to connect or chat or anything. No, actually, yes, I did. I sent him a fucking text message. I never got a response on it.
You did send him a text?
Yeah, today when my owner gave every tech in the shop, which is 5 of us, the X431 Throttle 3 launch scan tool.
Yeah.
The whole damn 9 yards. Gave each one of us one. It was like, I want to own pre-scans and post-scans and this scan and that scan and blah, blah scan. And shit. And we got to meet Monday. I hope I'm not going to have to do more shit for free. Like next day. Scan tool is tough. It's nice, but I'm like, why did you buy it? 5 with the scope included, 4-channel scope included. when you have
He probably wants to make sure you got all your bases covered.
we have a scope in the shop.
Well, is he buying guys tools that
We got a full blown Pico scope in the shop already. I mean, why would you add the scope function? Is what I'm saying to all the scanners. When you got a Pico scope there, I could see maybe adding it to 1 or 2 in case we run in a situation where we're actually going to pull the scope out, and I'm using it right now, and say Stacy needs it or Jesse needs it, but I'm using it. I could see, another backup scope being useful, which we have other backup scopes. We got a Snap-on Zeus we can use. We have
Maybe he got a better deal with including all the scopes with the machines.
I don't know if maybe he doesn't even know that he bought something that has the scope with it. I think he was just basically looking at the scan tool. But he's going to set it up with our Shopware program so we can do our pre-scans, post-scans, and all that stuff. We can send it to our service advisor.
Usually when an owner of a shop orders multiple things like that, and the company recognizes, hey, this dude's getting ready to drop a boatload of money on us, let's just go ahead and hook him up with the extras.
Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I'll find out Monday.
Well, now, is everybody at your shop up to date and able to use everything that those scopes will do?
I'm the only one in the shop that understands the oscilloscope.
Yeah, see, I don't understand why he would get all those.
I keep trying to teach guys, and I got one younger guy that is actually he's getting good. He's getting better. He's getting really better at it. I'm not going to lie. I told him, you know what? Subscribe to Scanner Danner's premium channel. Just watch his shit. Or Super Mario Diagnostics. Watch his shit. Just keep watching his shit. You'll learn from those guys. And he's been doing it. But I got a couple of other guys that, they're a couple of years younger than me. They have no interest in learning anything new. I work with some guys that, more than anything, they just love to sit there, hang and bang, brake parts, front end parts, strut shocks, and all that shit all day long, and ignore anything that takes effort. Be part hangers. And an engine diag, if they can't figure it out in 5 minutes, throw it over in Dave's hook.
No, I like working on stuff that gives me a challenge.
I keep telling my boss, you gotta get another somebody like me in the shop. I said I can't handle all the bullshit. We need one more of me. We need another diagnostic technician here. Well, I got Stacy. He ain't no damn diag tech. If he can't hook, he hooks a scan to it and it doesn't tell him immediately what's wrong with it, in his mind, it just needs an O2 sensor, or it just needs this, or it just needs that. And half the time he's wrong anyway.
You gotta watch codes like that because they can be old that wasn't deleted the last time.
Well, that gets expensive, and then it opens up another can of worms.
Yeah.
Well, it does. Everything opens up a can of worms.
You're disturbing stuff that doesn't need to be disturbed.
Your code is not a part. Codes are not parts. They're not like part numbers. Your code is giving you a hint to there's a problem in a particular area of the vehicle. Say, for instance, if you're throwing up a lean code, you most likely have air coming in that your mass airflow is not reading. You have extra air coming in somewhere if you're throwing a lean code, 90% of the time. I'm not going to say all the time, just 90% of the time. In a rich code, is usually like a fuel issue of some type, or an O2 sensor problem of some type. With the O2 sensors not reading correctly and making it richer because they get stuck lean or whatever. Like a P300 misfire code, 90% of the time is a fuel related issue. It's not usually ignition or any of that or injector related issue.
Well, the code in and of itself is just identifying an electronic event that was out of its regular parameters, right?
Yeah.
So it's not actually telling you, it's not telling you why it's giving you the code. It's just telling you, okay, this is what we're seeing. This is your starting point.
Well,
And then the scope is going to be how you hunt down your problem, right?
yeah, we'll just say, well, scope is only needed for certain things. Just say you have a P301 code, which is a misfire number one cylinder, and then you got a P1, I think it's going to be 171, lean on bank one. What would be your most obvious issue there?
You got a bad injector, an air leak.
Or it's not firing the cylinder. Bottom line, it's not firing the cylinder. I try to explain this to these guys that
Oh, if it's seeing it, okay, I get you.
they're like, well, if the fuel injector is still throwing fuel in the cylinder and the cylinder's
Right.
not firing it,
So it's
why
right
would
there.
it be lean? Why would it be lean? I was like, because the O2 sensor measures oxygen.
Right. It's
It doesn't measure fuel, so it's not measuring all that raw fuel that's coming out. It's measuring the oxygen. The fact that you never burnt any of that fuel, it's all oxygen coming out of that particular cylinder. So it's gonna throw lean. And they're like, that makes no sense to me. I'm like, it's an O2 sensor. We're not talking about air fuel ratio sensors, an O2 sensor. It's gonna throw lean if you're not firing that cylinder. I don't give a
Right,
shit
so
how
you
much
can have a
fuel
bad-
you put into it. The O2 sensor
have a bad
doesn't measure
spark
fuel. It
A
measures
bad spark
oxygen.
plug gives you a lean code, right?
Yeah. If it's not firing the cylinder and it's still throwing fuel at the cylinder, O2 sensors don't read the amount of gas. They read the amount of oxygen.
Right. Right. So you've got a shit ton of unburned air off of that bank. How it can read that cylinder, I don't know. But
It's not reading the fact that you got all this freaking fuel that went through and got pushed out. It's reading the fact there's all this extra oxygen.
Gotcha.
So it goes
Gotcha.
lean.
Right. I remember thinking back to when I was in school, they were saying OBD2 was only going to tell you malfunctions in fuel and emissions. It wasn't going to tell you anything else. It was going to read fuel and emissions.
I will say that New Scantle owner bought all this. That's one heavy son of a bitch.
It's a launch.
It's X431 throttle 3.
Okay.
Got like 13-inch screen on it and shit.
Like a laptop.
Yeah, it feels, it's heavy. It's bulky. I just wonder what more they're going to ask of us on Monday. The fact he wants a meeting tells me he's going to want more out of us, or a different program. He's actually been really cool. So I'm sure whatever he comes up with, We'll be fair.
Well, how often do you have to update those things?
I'm pretty sure yearly.
Well, and then who do you have to go to get your software updates?
Just go right in the tool. You go to launch.
You go to launch, so you're not having to buy them from Snap-on,
No.
or you're not having to buy them from Mac or
Well,
Mac.
I've already played with this thing. This thing blows away. It blows away a fucking Zeus
Wow.
with its abilities and how fast it is and everything. I mean, like I'm just saying, on multiple cars. I've connected it to multiple cars today. Cars that didn't even come in for anything that had to do with that. I just connected everything I could today, just to fuck with it, play with it. And you know what's funny? None of the other guys even opened it up yet. And I'm impressed how fast it is, how accurate it is, and all the abilities it gives you. It's an impressive tool.
I'm so far behind when it comes to that kind of
Well,
stuff because I don't do it.
We never get rid of any scan equipment we have because I don't know, we probably have like 7 or 8 different scan tools available to us at the shop. I mean, I can go all the way back to we have old Snap-on brick, right?
Oh, the old red one?
Yeah. With the interchangeable cartridges. Now, I'll be honest, I never used that because I personally own a Solus Ultra, and everything the Solus Ultra covers everything the brick had. And I have all the old OBD1 connections and all that shit. Not that I ever really use it. I mean, anything pre OBD2. I mean, that's rare. I ever see anything like that. That's very rare.
Well, a lot of that stuff, there was a light bulb on the ECM, and you put a paper clip between the prongs on some plug and count the flashes, right?
Yeah, it was on the OBD1 connector on GMs. You could count the flashes. I think on Fords, you had to use a analog meter and count the waves on your analog meter.
Yeah, Mercedes had something weird like that under the hood.
I'm trying to remember. Was it pins 2 and 12 or 2 and, I don't even remember. It's how long it's been since I jumped pins to get codes out of it. And there was time with Chryslers that you just did the right thing and turned the key so many times, it'd flash out the codes at you.
Yeah. Cadillacs. Remember Cadillacs? The climate control module would flash codes for you. Get it from the dash.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like that used to flash codes at you.
You're right back, guys.
Yeah, it's just knowing what to do with the information, where to go with it. That's where the experience comes in.
Well, the code is just giving you a lead. This is what we're seeing wrong as a computer. Now you got to go figure out why we're seeing this wrong.
Right. It's not meeting these parameters. Something's got an abnormal condition here. What's leading to this abnormal condition? The closest thing I've got that I use to a scan tool these days is a Blue Point Pocket IQ, and that's just so I can get in and regenerate these trucks when when you have to force it. But that thing's actually got, it's a little smarter than that. It gives me a lot of data I don't know what to do with. Yeah.
Did you have a good day at work today, Frosty?
Not terrible. Not terrible. We had some issues. It was a long day, though. I mean, I went in at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That is a long day.
Well, we're down to one ice maker, so if anything goes wrong with it, somebody's got to go down there to get it back up and running. And
Be right back.
take your time. He's got to find his cigarettes. He's going to fizzle out. You catch on fire before your very eyes. But he's got to do it without crashing. This could get interesting, folks. Let's see, do we have anybody in the chat now? What do we got in the comments? Same.
Sorry, making me something to eat. I'm hungry.
Not a bad idea.
Some Velveeta mac and cheese.
Oh, hell yeah. I think there's some great big hot dogs at the house. I might make a couple when I get home. Hot dogs and mac and cheese sounds good. Yeah, first I gotta wait and see if the wife made anything. That first, before I go foraging.
You would think she did, right?
I got a major. Huh?
She might want some inches.
Oh, I got a major problem. I'm gonna crash and burn here. I can't find my cigarettes.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to pull over. Got them.
That's when you know you got addiction. What's up, Shannon? Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, Shannon.
Oh, I got plenty of them.
I just got done eating a big bowl of mac and cheese.
I'm making me some.
You're making yourself. I made mine homemade.
Well, it's not exactly homemade, but it's a bowls of macaroni and cheese. Well, with the Velveeta mac and cheese.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Is that the one you just throw some water in and toss it in the microwave?
Yep.
Oh, those aren't bad. Sandwich in one of those little cups. It's a good little lunch.
Yeah, this is the big bowl. This is the 5-ouncer.
Guy, you know what I haven't had in a while that sounds good is fucking Stouffer's lasagna.
That's more frozen food.
with frozen food now.
I don't eat any frozen processed foods, man. I'm whole. Like when I want my milk, I go in my backyard and milk my cow. When I want to make butter, I shake that milk my cow with, and I make my butter.
Better make sure it's not a bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go take a look. This shit was awful fucking sweet the other day.
It was a little off.
But it's a little sticky too. In fact, I think it still has some inside my face. I can't get it off.
Good for your hair, though.
You ever heard that one before? You ever had a girlfriend back in the day, or even I shouldn't say back in the day, but even today? You ever bitch something stuck on her, and she thought she washed off. It's been picking at her all day while she's moving in her clothes.
Oh,
Damn.
Ain't my fault. So if I want eggs, I go scare my chickens and I lay them.
there you go.
If I want Chinese food, I just kill one of my cats.
That's
I
wrong.
don't like the cats. I make my Chinese
I'm
food
joking
real.
about everything I say. So,
My Chinese food.
Except,
now,
except for the chicken eggs, those are actually really good.
what's that?
Except for the chicken eggs, those are really good.
Yeah, farm fresh chicken eggs they're awesome. Most of the eggs we eat here are farm fresh eggs because so many people here have them. They're actually not even trying to sell them anymore. They're just giving them away.
If you really want to eat Chinese, you'd be surprised how hard it is to find a Chinaman. I mean, we got plenty of Koreans and Japanese and Filipinos. You got to actually find yourself a Chinaman.
Last time I tried to eat Chinese or Chia Pet kept growing. I guess I was watering it.
You ever grown one of them?
I want a good Filipino girl.
Yeah.
I want Philippine cuisine.
Spaghetti and hot dogs?
Is that what they eat?
No, they eat all kinds of shit.
Oh, they eat good food.
Yeah, they eat good stuff.
Siopao. You ever had
They got
siopao?
a little flair in their diet, though, because they were occupied by so many different countries that they got stuff added to their diet that the other countries over there don't. A lot of Spanish influence and some American influence.
Let's see here.
I like a lot of Filipino food I've had. I like all food, so I eat everything.
Yeah.
I'm not a picky eater, so I always say I'll try anything once, but there's certain things I won't eat. Like I'm not eating no Rocky Mountain oysters. I'm not going to like knowingly eat some testicles.
No, and then some of the raw stuff or the impossible stuff I don't like. Some kind of seafoods I don't like.
I eat sushi.
I eat sushi, but not all of it.
I have to have cooked sushi. I'm sorry.
Then it's not sushi if it's cooked.
Almost the same, but my stuff, I can't have raw. I don't like raw fish. Sorry.
Don't you know the saying? It smells like fish, eat it. It smells like cologne, leave it alone.
Derek, what do you mean they changed the recipe? When did this happen?
I think they caught, what is it, Tarek, 3 times meat now?
Yeah, they got one they threw some pepperoni at.
I know they got a new one. I'm sure there's one in my freezer somewhere because my kids love that stupid shit.
The older the better. I'm gonna run in this liquor store, guys. I'll be right back. Anybody
Why
want
do you have
anything?
in the liquor store? Yeah, get me a bottle of Gentleman's Jack.
Jack. Trajan, you want a beer?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, I'll be right. Scratcher?
That's what she said.
I'll be right.
What's up, Randy?
Hey, Randy. I'm opening a can of sardines, and the cat's just sitting here looking at me. He's like, "You gonna give me some, motherfucker?"
If, if it smells like
Damn, Shannon.
that's a good one, Shannon.
Oh shit.
I think Stouffer's added because I ate some of the shit my daughters are gonna throw away one night. They made the freaking Stouffer's lasagna. I think they add like spicy sausage to it or some shit.
I wouldn't doubt it. Got to change up the recipe every now and then. Can't
I
keep the
don't have no
same
problem.
stuff over and over.
I eat anything. I'm like stupid. I eat anything.
I've eaten stuff that make Billy Goat puke.
You ever eat head cheese?
So what?
You ever eat head cheese?
Probably not knowing it. It better not be nothing gross either. Or not perverted.
No, head cheese is actual cheese made from a pig's head. It looks gross. It actually tastes good. Looks gross. There's another cheese out there that actually tastes good, but smells like shit. It smells like total shit. I think it's called Limburger cheese. It smells like total asshole. Like straight up open ass, but it tastes good.
Damn, that cat is going to town on those sardines.
You got your cat sardines?
Every time I open a can, he's always up here waiting on his share. He knows I share with him.
My cat's the same way. So are my dogs. My golden retriever puppy, I have to like stop. If you keep food around, she'll keep eating, and she'll keep eating, and she'll keep eating. She'll lay in front of the food bowl and keep eating until it's gone. And she'll look at you, give me more. And if you seriously put more in it, she'll sit there and eat it until it's gone.
Golden retrievers are bad like that.
I'm like, I told my kids, I said, no, you gotta like ration the food out to her, otherwise she's gonna be fat as fuck.
Yeah, you really got to be careful with golden retrievers because they will definitely. Golden retrievers and Labradors, they'll they would definitely overeat.
I'm like, it's kind of cool right now that she's only 6 months old. I told the kids, I said, you want to give her a little extra? You can give her a little extra. Not a lot of extra. Just a little extra. I said, she'll burn it off when she's running around outside chasing and beating the hell out of the other dog. You got your vodka for your ride home and your whiskey when you get home? Remember, they can't smell vodka on your breath. That's what they all say. You know, they smell like rubbing alcohol when the cop comes to your door. You been drinking tonight? No, I smell rubbing alcohol. Well, I drink that.
Just the hand sanitizer, officer. Just the hand sanitizer.
Hmm.
Well, I was going to ask if anybody got any new tools. You got a new scanner.
I always got new tools, but I didn't buy the new scanner. The boss bought the new scanners. The owner bought the new scanners. And he said he wants us to do pre-scans, post-scans, pictures. I think he's watching too much YouTube.
No, I can't buy any tools right now.
You got to get a box or got to get a house?
No, a $2,600 transmission, more than likely.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
We have an ex-employee that left our shop on good terms. Left our shop on good terms. Excellent technician. Missed the fucking shit out of him because he was good. And he relocated down in Georgia because I don't know. He created a relation. He's been divorced for years, and he created a relationship with his son, one of his sons, and they become very close again. So he just decided he's going to leave and he's going to go live near his son. And he actually landed a job with Royalty Automotive.
Hmm.
And I think he still talks to my owner, not the boss, but the owner, because he hated the fucking ISO call. He hated her. It's for her. Our store manager's, she's a good girl, but she likes to sometimes, like, I don't know.
Mhm.
She gets tough to deal with at times.
It's that
Sometimes
time of the month.
it was throws too many hormones out at times. Yes, you're right.
Just throw a candy bar. She'll be all right.
Snickers don't always work.
I've learned to deal with her, but he still talks to my owner, the shop owner, and I think my shop owner is watching channel because they actually have a channel now. Royalty Automotive has a channel, and I think he's trying to, like, maybe he's in a management. I know he's in a management group. I think he's trying to mimic them and become this, like, elite repair facility in Michigan, even though we already are kind of a higher end repair shop in Michigan.
Uh-huh.
Although I can't say we're high end because I personally would like to sit there and say, Euros, get out of here. I don't want to deal with European vehicles.
Euros is almost half of your business, though.
No, it isn't. I live in Metro.
Nowadays.
No, but I live in Metro Detroit.
Yeah,
I'm in the country of freaking 90% of our cars are Ford, GM, and Chrysler.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Hondas. A lot of Hondas. A lot of Toyota.
Mhm.
Some Subarus. Some Mazdas. Some Nissans. It's a rarity to see a BMW, a Volvo, or a Jaguar or any of that. It's rare.
I don't think their frames can handle the cold. It gets cold up there.
You said the frames can't handle the cold?
I don't think their frames can handle the damn cold.
Well, the German cars should be able to handle cold. It gets cold there too.
I don't know. The tow truck picked the Silverado up yesterday.
I'm curious about this comment. A trusty cook dead blow extender. Shannon, that's got me curious. What does a dead blow extender look like? I never needed a dead blow extender. I just grabbed the bigger hammer.
It allows you. I know what he's talking about because JD Tico has them. It allows you to get into a lot bigger of or allows you to get into an area that is not equipped to get in with a hammer. You can put this little gadget they came up with down in that hole, and you can pound on it.
It's a drift.
Basically.
Dead blow drift. I'd like to check it out.
I'm wondering if they're talking about. I wonder if he's talking about this. Shannon, you talking about these guys?
No.
That go on an extension, and they're like extended. You use your extension, and you got one on each side. They both look like hammer bits.
Oh, you use your extension as a.
And use your extension as a hammer, so you don't ruin your extension.
It's something similar to that, but it's not exactly like that.
By the way, anybody wants to know, Slay Tool makes this. They make this set. And it connects to a half-inch extension on each end. And you have now 2 hammer faces. Impact rated. So you probably wouldn't, I don't know. I don't think it would give a shit if it's on chrome or an impact extension. I don't think that would really matter. I've never broke a half-inch drive impact extension in my life, so.
Have you ever used those socket adapters that go in the air hammer? You're supposed to be able to torque on something while you're beating the shit out of it.
Yeah, I got those.
Do they work?
You know, some cases yes, some cases no. But one of the best applications for that are seized bleeder screws on calipers. But I can't say it works. Sometimes it does. Sometimes you get lucky.
Definitely punish that caliper with it.
Surprised
Well, you do what you got to do. You're vibrating the hell out outside of the caliper. So you don't break that. But it matters. Are you talking about like a steel bleeder and aluminum caliper? That's like a whole different story versus steel caliper, steel bleeder.
Yeah.
If it's an aluminum, why even waste your freaking time? If the damn bleeder breaks, they gotta buy a caliper. It's gonna take you way too much time to get that thing out of there. I mean, you'll see other YouTubers do it, Eric O and all that, show you how to properly extract it and all that. Well, that's fine, that's dandy, but he's a shop owner. He has other guys working, making money while he's doing what he does. But in the flat rate system, you ain't got time to fucking dick around with shit like that.
Right.
You just call it quits. It ain't breaking loose. I vibrated it. I heat it. I shocked it. I mean, heating it and shocking it is probably your best bet. Like basically glowing it and then like just hammering it with freaking cold water, shock the hell out of it, and then immediately try to like break it loose. If it don't break loose, you're foobar. Stop. Don't waste your time. Your flat rate needs a caliper. I can't say it needs a caliper, but I'm gonna recommend a caliper.
Yeah.
Why? Because I have to. You guys want me to bleed the brake system out or flush your fluid out or. I mean, I have customers ask me all the time, my bleeder is broken. Do I need a caliper? If there's no air in the system, no, you don't need a caliper. I can still do brakes on the job. On your car, I do it, no problem. But don't ask me to bleed anything out. I mean, I can still successfully bleed a caliper with the broken bleeder. All you gotta do is dismount it, take it off, flip it up. The banjo bolt is on top.
Just crack it.
Put something in there so the piston can't get pushed out. And I use a 2x4 or a 1x3, I think. 1x2. It depends. I got a bunch of pieces of wood and shit. Yeah, I let the pistons just like push into it. And have somebody pump up the brake pedal, crack it a few times at the banjo bolt. Air goes to the top.
Yeah, that stupid pad expander tool works pretty good. The ratcheting one. You could use that too.
Damn, you can't even find those dead blow extenders on Trusty Cook's site.
What do they look like?
I'm trying to find one. Hang on. There it is.
You got me interested now.
Hang on. That's a Trusty Cook dead blow extender.
Get closer here. Isn't it? So that drops down in the hole and you whap the dog shit out of it?
Yep. Allows you to get in tighter spots with it.
So
Right now it's going on eBay right now for $38.
So you grab your dead blow, you put it between her legs, and you keep smacking it. If it doesn't bounce out, she's not interested.
That's a tool that's designed to save the shop owner money. Because you're not sawing up all of his brooms and shovels for, you know, whacking sticks.
I thought you were going to say something different, but
Uh-huh.
I thought you were going to say that way the shop owner doesn't have to pay for all the hookers. But
No, the shop owner still has to pay for the hookers.
There's no way that is Snap-on. Looks like Snap-on.
What is Snap-on?
They got a set of dead blow ball peen hammers, a two-piece set, Snap-on shockproof, bounce resistant, for $35 on eBay.
you know why Snap-on doesn't make a flashlight? Flashlight, not a flashlight, a flashlight.
No.
These all those fucking tool junkies would fucking run them broke on the warranty.
You know, this is mighty interesting
We blow that shit out every week.
to see.
You don't know what a flashlight is, do you?
Here, look. It's mighty interesting to see. That almost looks exactly like the Snap-on dead blows. So,
What site is that?
eBay.
Oh.
Gather up my junk here. Maybe I can go find me some mac and cheese.
Got the ergonomic grip. Red and black. Manufactured Chizo Smart Wealth Trading Company.
Smartwell.
Country of origin, China.
Oh,
But seriously,
Smartwell. They're built
Yeah,
on back.
flashlight. Someone's got it right. Flashlight. Snap-on don't make flashlights. They would go out of business on the warranty. All those techs would just blow that shit out every week. What do you mean? Don't say you're about to get mad. She knew what a flashlight was. Or your wife would be very happy. Like,
either
fuck,
one.
he's leaving me the fuck alone. Couldn't play with a Snap-on toy. He's leaving me the fuck alone. I've been married, Rach.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the two. Like, play with this toy. Leave me the fuck alone.
No, still wouldn't leave me alone.
My wife takes pity on me. She knows when to leave me alone. Oh, no. It's Yogi and Boo Boo.
Uh-oh.
Bad kitties. Oh, yeah. I got me a pretty bitchin' little tap set there. Drills and taps. I had to use one today. I'm doing that stupid fan motor. You guys ever seen a shaft coupling that uses a tapered bushing? You know, you don't see them on cars very much, but you'll have your pulley, you know, for your V belts will be just a machined pulley, and it'll slip onto a bushing, and that bushing can be made to fit different shaft sizes. The tapers the same are all the same size, but the shaft holes, you could have 3 or 4 different bushings that'll fit different shafts. And you use, 3 bolts to either push it off or pull it on tight, pull that taper in tight. And God damn it, two of those bolts broke off in there, and only one was working. So I go and put this thing together, this great big condenser fan deal, and I spin it by hand. It starts wobbling and throws the belts off. Shit. So I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing tight with just one bolt. It took a while, but had I been thinking, I'd have just got a regular tap and a drill and just push those broken off bolts right through the other side. I'm sure they would have come out. It was just rusted in there. And I probably could have cleaned up the threads and put new bolts in, but it's dark, it's cold. It'll run overnight. I can fix it tomorrow. Now I'm going to be thinking about it all night. Is that fucking sheave going to come flying off of there? I mean, I'm not going to be standing next to it. I don't give a fuck, but I don't know what it is about this time of year. Everything wants to break down. It's a good thing, though, keeping me busy.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that Menards box, Raging?
The bottom box is okay. The top box, no. They need to redo that. If they want to compare, if they really want to compare themselves, or if anybody really wants to compare that top box on that Master Force to the Harbor Freight U.S. General, Menards and Master Force need to upgrade the drawers. Bottom line.
Yeah, you only get 4 skinny drawers in that thing.
You got it's 3 different banks. You got 2 small drawers on one side. You got 2 medium-sized drawers in the middle, and then you got 2 more small drawers on the other side. So it's broken up. It doesn't give much space.
No, it's almost like a mini hutch on top.
Mm-hmm.
You see that thing in his video, Dave? That what's a Master Force toolbox?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, for a bottom box, that Extreme box looks really nice.
I don't know much about Extreme.
I've only seen one in person at a Lowe's, and it was a pretty nice box. But they're not real common.
Well, it's few and far between.
Yeah. There's the Starkey or Strike, the Canadian box.
Striker.
Something like that. That looks like a decent box, but they're $3,600 with a hutch.
Right. I don't know, the whole Menards thing. Yeah, that Master Force box could be a good one for somebody, but for the price that you're paying, $2,600 for that thing.
You can get a used box.
$2,700 for that box. I mean,
you could get something really nice used.
The casters are not as good. I can tell you that right now. They don't hold that much weight. Because the casters on the U.S. General, they hold 600 pounds. Those are some beefy casters.
Yeah, even the ones on mine are pretty stout. I don't have the 72. I have the 56.
I've got the 56 series. I got the 56 series too.
Yeah. Oh, you have one too?
Yeah, I've got the series 2 box.
Okay, yeah, I have a blue Series 2 top and bottom, and I have one locker.
I never really bought the top box. I just bought the bottom.
I like the top. I have the
The new
top, the bottom, and the locker.
now the new series 3 top chests. I don't know what they did to them, but they upgraded the top of it where that flip top is. You know how you got this on a series 2, it's a small space they have on there for the flip
Yeah.
up. Well, they added a couple extra inches to that top
Oh,
space.
how big is that one, Dave?
What's that?
How big was that box?
What box?
That one that
It
just
looked
come
like his Epic or his Classic.
that Snap-on one.
That's a 56.
That's a 56? Okay.
It's an old guy.
Yeah, but still a good box.
Yeah, Shannon, I've seen him too. Me and the wife is from Michigan. I moved up there with
It's a
with
good
her
box.
for a couple of years. I'm not saying the Master Force ain't a good box, but I wouldn't own it.
I don't like the top. I really don't like that top.
Frosty,
The bottom,
you and I can both sit in my top drawer and drink a couple of beers, and that box will still be okay. With all my tools in it.
That's true. So I got a stainless top on the lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really nice piece. That thing will be around forever.
It has been around forever. I'd love to bring that home and buy a new one for the shop, but I just can't see spending what a truck costs to get what I want.
The wife brought me. Let's see. What we got here?
No,
Turbo chili.
I don't know. I guess if I really want a stainless steel top, I'll just go to Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere like that and get me a piece of stainless steel.
All right. Yeah. What's the best site to look at if you're wanting to get into using a two-way scan tool, Dave? What's the best channel to look at?
What do you mean?
Scanner Danner.
Danner, Super Mario Diagnostics, Pine Hollow Diagnostics. There's a lot of good guys out there. I just mentioned a few. Royalty Automotive Service.
I got you, Shannon.
Well, check it out.
mean, all these box stores, they really need to look at some of the designs they're doing with these toolboxes. If they really want to compete with Snap-on and the big tool truck brands, they're really going to have to step their game up.
Well, Raging, big box stores do not want to compete with the big boys. They don't want to compete with professional series boxes. They want to make a lot of money off of the home buyer, do-yourselfer. They're not out there really advertising and trying to like steal all technicians and all machinists and all this and all that. I mean, people sit there and say like,
I'm gonna get a hot dog.
like, do you know Protomix toolboxes?
Who?
They're made in the same factory as Mac toolboxes. But there's no way any big box stores are ever going to compete with Snap-on, Matco, or Mac, or Cornwall, or who else is there out there?
I know Home Depot with the professional Husky line, they're trying like hell. Icon line, they're trying like hell. But that's some good alternatives to the
Icon
tool
line.
trucks.
Icon line is, like I said, it's debatable on what you can deal with as a technician.
To tell you the truth,
I have one issue with the Icon box is it's not deep enough for what I'm used to. I'm used to 30-inch stuff.
Oh yeah,
25.
yeah,
But
something like that.
I've also seen stories, heard stories, seen it in person of Icon box failures. So I mean, I think for the most part, Icon, I think Harbor Freight is going after the more professional end of the industry. I can't say all professionals, but they're looking at somebody more than a do-it-yourselfer with the Icon series.
Well, you can see it at the price point
Yeah,
and
but
the build quality.
I just don't think they'll ever reach the point of quality of what you could get from Mac or Snap-on.
I don't know that that's their intention, though.
Well, first of all, those things all get shipped from Taiwan, so there's a large majority of them that end up here in Harbor Freight. They're totally, they got damage of some type on them. That's why if you're ever interested in Icon, if you don't give a shit about certain things, and it's only going to be in your garage, and you don't care about little flaws. Some may be big flaws, but I'm saying if you don't care about little flaws, you got to get on Harbor Freight's scratch and dent site.
Yeah, they got a few and far between, but when they got it on there, they got it on there. You can't get it any other color. You got to get it what color that you see on the screen.
Oh yeah, that's the box they're selling.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and product varies between stores or areas.
No, I be honest with you, I've never bought a brand new toolbox from any of the tool manufacturers. All the shit I have is used.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it secondhand, but it all works. It's all fine. But I do need to change my setup. I have way too many tools for the space I have.
Not a one box. No, there's two boxes I won't buy right now. and that's anything to do with the Craftsman toolboxes. I mean the plastic hard plastic stuff like the VersaStack stuff, yeah, that's okay. But as far as their toolboxes, no. And the Yukon line at Harbor Freight, I wouldn't waste my money on it.
Oh, that shit's junk. Even a garage cabinet, like a wood top workbench. I mean, they're junk. They're flimsy. Husky's got one for $400, and Harbor Freight can't hold a candle to it, but they won't come down on the price. I mean, you're looking at a $200 tool cabinet there, at best.
Now, if you can ever find a halfway decent old Craftsman box that was actually built with pride, yeah, you scoop that one up all day long.
Skip.
Some of them old red ones were pretty cheesy too.
Keep your hands clean and your money dirty. Hands are clean. This one might not be because I stuck up my nose, but hands are clean. But my cash is dirty.
Well, go launder it. Clean it up.
No problem. I live in Metro Detroit, man. I know Italianos. We know how to handle stuff. We just pay Mexicans with it. And I shouldn't say nothing more. No, this is. What's with all the bills now being produced that fake?
It's easy to do.
Not for a banker. A banker fucking can tell by the touch. Somebody that works with money all day can feel it, the touch. They can tell it's not in the right paper. And it's pretty hard to get a hold of the paper that the government uses to print money on.
Oh, that's almost impossible.
Yeah. So they feel it right away, and they're like, "Well, they can flip through 1,000 hunters. Boom, 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 count them, and all of a sudden they like, hit one, and they're like, that don't feel right."
Because they actually feel the thing of real money. I mean, it's almost undeniably.
Maybe I'll get me a cup.
The 3000 series from Craftsman was a series. Is a so-so box for a DIY, but the drawer configuration wasn't the best. The whole damn box wasn't the best. I won't buy anything from them until they learn their lesson. Craftsman. I will not buy a Craftsman box. I don't know. Jude did one of the best
live last night.
No, he did one of the best videos on the Series 3 when he actually pointed out why the hell that drawer was shaking like it was, because the slides are going in and out when you're shaking it like that.
Doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Still, for the they want too much money for that thing. For a 20-inch deep box, it's too much money.
Well, you.
Come out, folks.
It'd have to be a minimum